Hey, my name is Tony Gapastione, and I am a writer, director, and producer based in the San Francisco Bay Area. My first feature film, called Last Chance, Charlene, is currently available to screen through the Silicon Valley International Film Fest. I hope you've watched it. As you're looking for projects to back and to help produce, executive produce, and/or finance, let me tell you about my next picture, which is called The Thorns We Live With. I am really passionate about films that give opportunities for audiences to think, learn, grow, question, also heal. I believe we get to educate and entertain with movies. And The Thorns We Live With is about a wealthy, dysfunctional family that comes together over Thanksgiving only to learn that their matriarch has overdosed and is in a coma. And they have to discover, was it intentional or was it accidental? While all of the skeletons in their closet come out, they have to find a way to move forward together into a peaceful and harmonious future. The Thorns We Live With is an ensemble dramedy, I call it, kind of like Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird. I love that film. It's also based in Sacramento, that film. My film will be based in Northern California. I live in Redwood City, kind of by Stanford. That's where the film is based, in the Palo Alto area. And I've got a great cast already assembled. Many of the actors that you've probably seen in my film Last Chance, Charlene, will be in The Thorns We Live With. And the greatest thing about The Thorns We Live With is that it is all being done through my nonprofit called Bravemaker, which you can see in the background behind me. Bravemaker is a 501c3 film charity that produces brave stories for justice, diversity, and inclusion. And my script has already been line produced, so we have a full budget. Right now, it's estimated at about $1 million to produce. And we've got a schedule that will take us about 25 days to film. I did Last Chance, Charlene in half of that time. And it was really difficult to make Last Chance, Charlene in 13 days. So being able to have double the amount of time to do this feature film, which is a little bit bigger, is really going to be helpful. Now, the perks of being involved in a film at an executive producer level that we're looking for means you would be able to come onto set. I know a lot of people who want to make movies really want to get that behind the scenes experience. And that's probably one of the most fun things for me to do, is to bring our funders, which again, all tax deductible. I'm looking for executive producers to come on at about 100,000 to start. But if you want to give less than that, you can always contact me, Tony@bravemaker.com, because we need all sorts of levels of funding. And The Thorns We Live With is hopefully going to be ready for production in 2023, meaning once we get the funds, then we'll be ready to start the filming of this. And filming at 25 days, then post-production from at the minimum 6 months, but mostly probably expected to be about 9 months. We would be able to have a 2024 film ready to go and to screen for audiences to do the film festival circuit, as well as get distribution. Now, we already have distribution for Last Chance, Charlene with Freestyle Digital Media, so I'm glad to have a partnership with them already. It's not guaranteed that we'd go with them, but there's a lot of things that are already in place to help get this film out into the world. So I'd love to show you a quick proof of concept. Now, this is something that I did with some friends of mine, with actors, to give potential funders and donors an idea of what the film style as well as the tone of the film could be. All of the actors you'll see in this film are not necessarily going to be in the future film, but some of them will be, and you'll probably recognize a few of them from Last Chance, Charlene. So take a look at the proof of concept trailer for The Thorns We Live With.
You guys can't expect me to keep showing up and pretending that everything is fine.
It's important to me that you go, okay?
I won't do it. I can't fake it through another holiday.
To our family, who will hopefully make better decisions moving forward.
So this is the baby mama. Being around this family with no alcohol, good luck.
I'm not mad that you left Mom.
Why don't you call me?
I'll call anyone, Tiff.
Some families grow together and some families get pricked.
Mom, it's Adam. Grandma overdosed and she's in a coma.
The pastor's wife believes that mother is going to hell.
She's sick. She needs help.
I'm depressed and I'm still here.
Who is James Anthony Hatchett?
That's my grandfather. He's deceased.
He's not dead.
How could you lie all these years?
But we didn't lie.
Everyone told me he died.
That's because you're in juvenile hall.
Enough! You can't let that go, can you?
He chose to leave. He didn't want anything to do with us.
I can call you dad, right?
Or do you prefer father?
You know, can anyone in this family just tell the truth? Are any of you capable of, just going like this? You know what? I made a mistake.
You don't get to do that again. You don't get to leave again.
I ruined some lives.
It has nothing to do with you, don't you understand?
You know what? I destroyed my own family.
You can't fix me, Adam. You think you're better than everyone else. So woke.
The amount of pain and destruction you all leave is astounding.
How are you? How are you really?
Surviving. We all are.
Is it surviving?
I can see you, I can still see you, I can still see you through the door.
You've got the beauty of your mother.
I got some of her other stuff too.
I can still see you, I can still see you through the door.
Why does this keep on happening to us?
Merry Hatchet Holidays!
That sounds like a horror movie. What is wrong with you?
So if this is of interest to you, please contact me, Tony Gapastione, at my email, tony@bravemaker.com. You can find out more about who I am on all my social media or on my website, tonygap.com. And our nonprofit film organization is called Brave Maker. You can find us at bravemaker.com. We are extremely accessible. We also love to produce movies that give people and audiences opportunities to be educated and to elevate brave stories. We're really, really, really passionate about educating and entertaining at the same time. And I think the Thorns We Live With will also help normalize grief with this family. Is sort of in the same vein of Last Chance Charlene. So make sure you watch Last Chance Charlene. It's about a family who comes together, who are estranged, but when they come together around a tragedy, they find ways to make inroads into each other. They find ways to forgive one another. When the matriarch in the film overdoses and is in a coma, the family has to ascend into the hospital around Thanksgiving. The holiday time elevates all of these challenges and things from their past. And when you've got a grandson whose name is Adam, who is loosely based on my own experience, I did lose my grandmother to a tragic death in 2012. I wrote this film as a way to process my own healing and give opportunities for other people to heal. So Adam is the lead of the ensemble. He's a 20-something budding psychology student. And with his dad, who is a closeted gay guy who is separated from his wife, and his two erratic aunts, Janet, who is this uber Christian zealous foster mom, and Tiffany, who is a Seattle-based busker who entertains on the streets at Pike's Place for money. When they all come together, Adam is really forced to figure out how to move forward with his family, helping them or not, drawing boundaries or not, about how one can either save their family and take responsibility for them, or draw boundaries around them and let them all figure it out for themselves. And when they discover through the hospital regulations that they have to take their grandmother, Adam's grandmother, or Dawn, the matriarch, off of life support or not, they discover they have to find their estranged father/grandfather, James, who lives in a mobile home park, and he comes back into the picture and hijinks ensue. It's a really heartwarming, slightly true story that is really important to me. And I think it'll make a great film for audiences to both laugh and cry, and also find ways to have taboo conversations that we often avoid. So The Thorns We Live With is an ensemble dramedy that is looking for its executive producers. If you want to join me, I would love to talk to you. Thanks for your time.